Big Bitcoin news just in. Strategy, led by Michael Saylor, has purchased nearly 1 billion in Bitcoin for the second consecutive week. Just when everybody thought he was dead in the water. Just when they were calling to delist his company off of the NASDAQ. What's he do? He doubles down. He triples down. He buying billions and billions. He keeps buying billions of Bitcoin. This purchase brings their total holdings to over 671,000 Bitcoin, worth around $60 billion at current prices. Guys, this solidifies Strategy's position as the world's largest corporate Bitcoin holder. So let's break down the numbers, how they funded this purchase, and what it means for the market. Okay, guys, last week, like I said, Strategy bought 10,645 Bitcoin for $980 million. They paid an average price of 92,000 per coin, according to the recent SEC filing. This marks the second week in a row the company has added nearly $1 billion worth of Bitcoin to its treasury. Now, for some context here, the firm's total Bitcoin holdings now stand at 671,268 Bitcoin. And these coins were purchased at an average price of $74,972 per coin. At current Bitcoin prices, these holdings are valued at roughly $60 billion, a significant increase over their initial investment of approximately $50 billion. So how did they fund the purchase? I mean, if you've been following the news and you've been following Strategy, they, with the recent Bitcoin plunge, I think it got down to like 82,000. We saw all these rumors and all these stories that Strategy was going to be kicked out of the NASDAQ because their whole premise of their company is based on a Bitcoin treasury and they aren't a real company. And now they go from that to buying billions in Bitcoin. Here's how they did it. Strategy financed the Bitcoin purchase through stock sales. 882 million from MicroStrategy, that's MSTR, that's their ticker, Class A common stock. 82 million from Series A Perpetual Stride preferred stock. This totaled nearly 989 million, which fully funded last week's Bitcoin acquisition. The company also maintains 1.4 billion in cash reserves, which was established earlier this month to cover the dividend payments and reduce the need to sell Bitcoin during market downturns. So let's kind of take a look at the market as a whole and see what this really means. We know that Bitcoin has experienced volatility in recent months. It's been up to 126K and down to 82,000. And we're currently down 7%, maybe even more. We're experiencing kind of a sell-off as I record this video, down to about 85,000 over the past 30 days, which is down 30% plus from the October highs, which we said were above 126K. Meanwhile, Strategy stock has been under significant pressure. It's currently trading at around 176 per share, which is down 21% in the last month and down 53% in the last 6 months. Despite this, analysts remain confident in Strategy's long-term approach, which is largely driven by Michael Saylor's steadfast belief in Bitcoin as a treasury asset. Strategy has also been navigating regulatory scrutiny and market positioning. Multiple analysts have recently lowered price targets, citing MSCI index exclusion risk. This is what we just talked about, being excluded. The company sent a 12-page appeal to the MSCI, arguing that excluding crypto treasury firms could threaten U.S. digital asset leadership and national security. But through it all, Michael Saylor, man, this guy, he's just a savage. Michael Saylor is a savage. If you want to know the definition of all in and just being committed and having conviction in your investment, Look no further than Michael Saylor. But he has continued to champion Bitcoin, guiding strategy through market volatility and regulatory challenges while maintaining a consistent accumulation strategy. And guys, this is the thing I think most of us individual investors miss. Michael Saylor has conviction. When the price comes down, he buys more. When it goes up, he buys more because he 100% believes that in 5 years and 10 years, Bitcoin is going to be multiples higher than it is right now. So if you have that same conviction, you can learn from him. And this is not financial advice. I'm just here for education and entertainment. But conviction and believing in what you invest in, right? And that only comes from doing your research. So what is Strategy's long-term approach? Strategy's aggressive accumulation highlights a long-term corporate confidence in Bitcoin, which we just talked about. They have slowed purchases earlier this year, but man, they picked it up in December. Executives at the company acknowledge they may need to sell during extreme price declines, but their cash reserve provides them flexibility and it provides them a floor and the ability to continue to pay the dividend, hopefully without having to sell their Bitcoin. Michael Saylor's strategy reflects a commitment to Bitcoin as a treasury asset, signaling confidence to investors and the broader market. So what does this mean for investors? Maybe investors in strategy or individual crypto investors like you and like me, the small guys, the little guys looking to just make a buck, right? For crypto investors, Strategy's continued accumulation under Michael Saylor's leadership, it's a strong bullish signal for institutional demand and shows confidence in Bitcoin as a long-term asset. And guys, it's crypto. It is volatile, right? If there's blood in the streets or there's interest rate concerns or stocks and bonds are falling and people need to liquidate, they might be going to crypto first, which is why you have to have conviction and belief in the underlying fundamentals to hold through those drawdowns. Don't put any more money into crypto than you can either stand to lose, and I don't think you're going to lose it unless you sell, right? Don't put any more in than you can't stand to kind of just let sit for 5 or 10 years and just watch the fluctuation, watch it go up and down. Maybe move things around a little bit as more news comes out. Maybe one chain is doing better than the other, but the money you put into crypto, look at it as a long-term investment. Put it in a cold wallet, lock it away, and check on it periodically. But this also demonstrates the growing influence of corporate treasury strategies in the crypto market. What is going to happen if Ethereum starts being in corporate treasuries or XRP starts being bought up and held in corporate treasuries, right? Or the next big stable coin that companies see as an asset get bought up and held in corporate treasuries. Guys, this is an exciting time. It's going to be really fun to see what happens moving forward in the next 2 to 5 years. So what do you think? What do you think about Michael Saylor and Strategy's aggressive Bitcoin purchases? You know, is he buying too much? Is it a risk to have one company, one treasury, owning almost 4% of all the Bitcoin in the world? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And for more up-to-date crypto news, market insights, and institutional buying updates, make sure you hit like and subscribe. And remember, guys, this is crypto. It's highly volatile. It moves fast, which is why we need to stay focused. Lock in, because the world is becoming tokenized.